Do you see the on button?
Yeah, it's recording, or it says it is.
Okay. And then could you just peek to see is it on the screen?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Great job, Bennett. You're now historic. All right. I'm going to get us started, and then we'll see how it goes from there. All right. So, the first thing I'm going to put up is the circular flow, and I'll let you just copy it down, and then we'll talk about it for a second. Okay?
Oh, Mr. Bowman had a whole other talk with some English stuff after the bar.
I love Mr. Bowman, and I think I upset him in the middle of
Yeah. I mean, I think it was okay because like all the people in my class, we were the ones who actually read the book, so it was okay.
There were some sad numbers.
Yeah, Stevens disappointed me. I would know, and then he got perfects on the exam.
I know. I didn't get to go to the boxes, but
Okay. It'll show up at the end of the day. You don't need it. It's like send your first class on a scavenger hunt. When do you last remember having it?
yesterday when I left, I shut it off.
Wow.
Do you like a bag or something? Is it in your jacket?
That's just one bill. It's good that I'm thinking like you, Isabella. I gotta let it go and just say, they'll show up. All right. So, the circular flow, just remember that in the product market, firms supply and households demand, okay? So households, demand like shirts and sweaters, and firms supply it. And that the outside is always the kind of money stream. Then in the factor or the resource market, households supply, like we supply the wages. I mean the labor. We supply the labor. We supply the land, capital, the four factors of production. And then in the firms, again, they demand workers or capital or goods like that. Okay? Now, at one time they put the circular flow diagram at a free response, but I think the circular flow diagram will not be that popular today. Okay? All right. All I want you to take away here is the definition of economics. And economics is really a social science concerned with the efficient use, and here's the key thing, of limited resources to achieve maximum satisfaction of people's wants. So it's the efficient use of limited resources to achieve maximum satisfaction of economic wants. Okay? And that's basically there. And study of how individuals in society deal with scarcity. Hi, Kara.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing great because you're here.
It's wonderful.
Okay, otherwise I might have been doing all right, but now I'm picking up. Yeah! All right. I don't even ask Vicki what she said. All right. Scarcity is a condition in which our wants are greater than our limited resources. All right? In which our wants are greater than our limited resources. Now, everyone has scarcity. Like sometimes I'll ask a question like, what percentage of the United States has scarcity? 100%. So if you take someone like Bill Gates, who's rich, but he has a scarcity because he doesn't have unlimited resources, he surely doesn't have unlimited time. So there's scarcity in some of the resources. And then my favorite scarcity, just look at her. Look at that face.
Looks like something that should be on a card.
Yeah. I'm sure that, well anyhow, there it is. I thought it was, I don't think I ever realized government must step in. It's an interesting.
Yeah. Gotta make more boys.
Okay. All right, every society must answer these three questions. The difference is how societies answer them. And the three economic questions are, what goods and services should be produced? How should these goods and services be produced? And who consumes these goods and services? Okay. So those are the three basic economic questions. All right, and then the way these questions are answered determines, is it a market economy, a centrally planned economy, okay? But every economic system answers the three questions. All right. Now we get into some trade-offs. Trade-offs are all decisions involve trade-offs. Trade-offs are all the alternatives that we give up whenever we make a decision. So, what did you give up to be here this morning? You gave up sleep, maybe you gave up hanging out with your friends, maybe you gave up working out with your team, but that's a good thing. So all of those are trade-offs. Now, the other part of it is the opportunity cost. And the opportunity cost is the best thing that you gave up. So it's the most desirable alternative. So to many of you it might have been sleep, like you could have slept later, or it could be whatever. So we're all going to have different opportunity costs, but we might list a lot of similar trade-offs. Okay. All right, then we get to the invisible hand with Adam Smith, and all I really need you to take away from the invisible hand is that Adam Smith believed that competition and self-interest act as the invisible hand to regulate the free market. And as I have up here, like with fuel-efficient cars. So if I'm a producer, I want to make fuel-efficient cars because people want them. They're appealing now. So competition drives us to make the best car at the lowest price, and that then gives the consumer the best quality at the best price. And therefore government doesn't need to get involved, because me, not inspired to be a good person, but in my own self-interest, I'm going to try to produce the best car at the most efficient price. All right, micro versus macro. You should be able to answer. Now, for whatever reason, they like asking a micro or macro question. You almost should be able to answer it by what did we learn in micro and what did we learn in macro. But in micro, it's about households, like individual firms. So it's the smaller picture. Macro is the big picture, where it's about the country, like unemployment for the country, for the United States, GDP for the United States, trade, international, which we haven't got to. So that would be the macro part. Okay, then you've got your positive and normative statements. All right, positive statements are based on facts. Okay, they avoid value judgment. So a positive statement would be 6% unemployment. And it's a fact, it's 6% unemployment. The normative is value judgments, like So that would be, why do we have 6% unemployment? And Bennett might say, because we have lazy people in the United States, and Kara might say the education system isn't working properly. And we could all argue why this is, and that's more a value judgment. And the positive statements are the ones, like I said, based on fact. So economists obviously argue more normative statements than they do positive statements. Okay. I'm going to skip, but I think I'm going to come back and get those two terms at the end. Okay? All right, marginal analysis, marginal in economics, additional. Okay? So, marginal analysis, I don't have that on the margin.
Yeah, on the margin.
All right, on the margin, thinking on the margin involves making decisions based on the additional benefit and cost. Okay? And as we went through the thing, we have marginal cost, marginal revenue, marginal, so there it is. So thinking on the margin, marginal analysis involving making decisions based on the additional benefit or the additional cost. Hi, Elijah. Great to see you. You didn't say that with much enthusiasm. Okay. Do you need a writing implement? No. Okay. All right. The four factors of production are land, which is any natural resource. Okay. So think of land as any natural resource. Oil would be a factor of production in land. Capital, which is any tool or equipment or factories that help produce things. So don't think of capital as money, but think of things that help produce things. Labor, which is what it says, and then entrepreneurs. So those are the four factors of production. Where they sometimes slip or try to get you is say all these are factors of production except, and they put money there. And somehow students think money is a factor of production. It's not. Land, capital, labor, and entrepreneur. Okay, those are your four factors of production. All right, here's your production possibilities curve. Okay. A, B, C, D, and E, every spot on this curve means you're productively efficient. Okay? That's all it means. It means you're productively efficient if you're a spot on the curve. Okay? Now, if you're inefficient, you're inside the curve. So I don't know, no, I didn't put a spot in there. Alright, so it'd be like there would be inefficient, okay? Usually, inefficient, unemployment. We're not using all our labor efficiently, so we'd be here. G, unattainable given present day resources. So again, A, B, C, D, and E, all on the line, efficient, unattainable, G, without present day resources, unemployment. All right, I didn't give you room for this, but just to go over it again. So if you go from A to B, you went from 14, so you lost 2 bytes, okay? And then the opportunity cost of moving from B to D would be 7 bytes, right? You're going from 12 to 5. And then, there it is, going. They sometimes will ask you, there usually will be 2 production possibility curve questions on each exam. So, and G, we know is on the table. Alright, now, I gave you a small spot, but there's two different types of production possibility curve. And one is like the calzones in pizza. and this is constant opportunity cost. Resources are easily adaptable for producing either good. If you have this type, which is very rare, you're going to have a straight line. So the production possibilities curve will be like over here. So anytime you see a straight line, not a bowed line, like over here, that is going to be a constant opportunity cost. Okay? And the reason that is as you start switching out pizza makers and calzone, they have the same skills. So the opportunity cost is constant. Hello, you feeling better?
Yeah.
Good. Great to see you. Alright, then the second one is the one you're more likely and we're more used to, and that's like when there's difference like pizza and robots and you're switching out different skill sets, and that gives you the bowed. So anytime you see that bowed, which is the regular production possibilities cost, it's increasing opportunity cost, okay? As you produce more of any good, the opportunity cost will increase. Okay? So, again, the bowed production possibilities curve, which I showed you at the start, that's the law of increasing opportunity cost. As you produce more of any good, the opportunity cost will increase.
Mr. Bressler,
Yes.
so what do you mean by like the same skills for the straight line?
Like,
The workers or
yeah,
the
but if
product?
you make pizza or calzone, so say like, here, I don't need any pizza makers, right? But now I'm starting to need one to make this, you know, this. So I take one of my calzone workers and they're now making pizza. It's kind of the same skill. If you know how to make calzones, you can make pizza. Okay? And so there, it goes that way. Now, here, I don't need, so maybe this one person I take out is an engineer,